court. He finds Chang, but the header is straight into touch. It'll be a first touch of the ball for Panama City here at Blackboard Stadium. And it's given away there as Charleston regain possession with Abdallah. Now Van Schaik. Here's Dante Marini. Charleston several games into their campaign, of course, so certainly will be familiar with each other, unlike you would have to think this PDL side. This is their first match of the season. I'm not sure how much preparation they've had. It's almost like it is for the Battery at the Carolina Challenge Cup games, but you know, those results sometimes will surprise you. And of course at stake tonight, a berth in the third round of the Open Cup. We do know what the scenarios will be. We'll bring that to you in a second as the ball comes across for Cordovez on his left foot, and he misses the target. With a first-time effort, it'll be a goal kick for Panama City.
First chance of the game for Eviel Cordovez, just coming off a mistake in the back, which, hey, this team, very young, very inexperienced right now in terms of togetherness. And you see a little mistake in the back. Ford turns it over to Andre Lewis. And Lewis almost makes that dagger ball into Cordovez. Cordovez, the young Cuban, couldn't quite connect. But that's what we're going to see a lot of here today, Andrew, is just not too much in terms of chemistry. 5 training days that this team had coming into their first match of the season at Panama City Beach. So it's going to be interesting. For me, I'm looking for a little more individual skill, you know, for this Panama City Beach team, who they've got a lot of young talent, college players from around the country, but they haven't had the chance to quite start stringing the passes together, getting the chemistry down, and getting to know how everybody plays. So maybe the individual will take it more upon himself as opposed to try to knock it around through the team.
We'll see if that's what happens as the Battery work it out quickly to Van Schaik, who has a high starting position. It was a good ball from Lewis. There's a deep cross. It's overhit by Van Schaik, but kept in on the far side by Chang. Across it comes. It's away by Panama City. Abdallah marauding into the box, but he was using that lanky 6-foot-plus frame of his to an illegal advantage. So we'll have a free kick now for Sean Lewis in goal tonight for Panama City. There were a couple of question marks apparently about the roster before the game, which caused the delay, but everything's squared away for kickoff. As well, the player shows short for it, but he's going to play it long here, Lewis. Abdallah wins it in the air. There's a touch for Oliveira. Works it. He's looking for the wide man, but misses his target, and Falvey has it back now for the Battery. To Ferguson. Now Van Schaik, allowed to look down the field with that left foot. Rolls it inside. He misses his pass, though, and that's errant. Takes a little touch from Falvey to win it back for Charleston. And there's the long ball forward, looking for Cordovez, who does have a bit of strength there. You can see that bounce a little awkward. He just palms the player off and heads into the box here. Cordovez squares it into the far post. It's headed away. There was really no one in there. Good header clear. Good defensive header away. It's a throw in here for the Battery. Charleston, as you would expect, on the front foot here in the early going. It's Portillo now. Swings another one into the back post. Chang controls it. There's the left-footed shot, and it's in. And Charleston have taken an early lead here. Portillo to Chang. 1-0 to the Battery.
Well, that's what the Charleston Battery need, isn't it? A quick goal, early goal, get them ahead and get those nerves from settling in too far into this game, because this is a team in Charleston that has not won in front of their home crowd in 5 tries. So the early goal will certainly do some confidence for them, allow them to take a breather, play a little more relaxed, and certainly what a setup there. Portillo, great eyes to the backup post, setting up Michael Chang, who is just waiting there to capitalize off the half volley.
Yeah, just picked him out. It was a good ball, and that's a giveaway, and it's the wrong person to give it to. It's Andre Lewis on loan from Vancouver Whitecaps. He's brought down at the edge of the 18-yard box by Jafari, and that's going to be a free kick for the Battery. And this, you would think, would be an opportunity for someone to have a dig, a crack. Quinton Griffith is picked the ball up and headed towards it. They're actually going to bring on the trainer here from MUSC Sports Medicine. Bobby Weissenberger comes trotting on to have a look at Andre Lewis, who did miss a day of training this week with a contusion, but wanted to get back in the lineup quickly, and declared himself fit Tuesday and available for selection tonight. The young Jamaican out of Spanish Town, Jamaica.
Well, one of the reasons I think he declared himself fit is because he really is starting to find his feet in this season. Those last few games, even the game against Wilmington, he was really the major factor for the Charleston Battery, and really starting to find his feet. And unfortunately, we see it right now, Bobby Weisenberger out on the pitch just trying to maybe whip out the magic spray and dust everything off.
It seemed a little bit innocuous, the challenge. He's just having a word with the player, and you know, sometimes those little ones can snap bones, so let's hope he's okay. That metatarsal is always a thought, isn't it? Particularly with the boots they wear in this day and age, but he's okay, walking off. And this is a chance for the Battery. It could suit a right or a left footer. We'll see if Sean Lewis gets his wall set up the way he wants it. He's just taking a little jump on the line. He's inviting Griffith to try and get it round the wall and into that top left corner. It's going to be Griffith, I think, on the right foot, and he gets it round the wall. Oh, he hits the inside of the post. It was a good free kick from the Antiguan, denied by the woodwork, and an inch the other way, it would have been 2-0. The keeper, Lewis, where he was on the other side, he never had a chance, really.
Well, he does everything right, does Griffith. I mean, he gets it over the wall, he spanks it against that near post, and I mean a centimeter inside, and that's going instead of outside of that far post, inside of it for goal number 2. And Quentin Griffith just a little bit unlucky, and that's kind of the way it's been going for him this season. Hasn't seen the goal just yet, but man, he's been great playing on the wings and as a defensive wide player.
Yeah, he did well because he got a lot of pace on that, and as I said, if it was just a little bit further in, that was 2-0. But as it is, Charleston have still got Panama under the cosh here. It's it's a corner kick for the Battery. It's Portillo to take from this near side. Swings it into a good area, punched away by Lewis. Lewis on the end of it, and the volley just misses the target. He was looking for the top corner, Andre Lewis. It's going to be a goal kick for Panama City. He'll do well here just to take a second and try and calm the nerves of the players. They've been absolutely under the cosh since the opening whistle, this Panama City side. 8 minutes in, it's 1-0 to the Battery.
Yeah, bombs away so far for the Charleston Battery, who won't be complaining one bit after last match out against Wilmington. Didn't register a goal, so they'll be wanting to pour them in here today.
It's no mean feat, though. We'll see how this the response is from Panama City. They have the ball now on the far side. Chang is over there defending. They've got numbers in the box if they can get the cross in. Oh, it's played short, and it'll actually run away to Lewis and Cordovez. Cordovez sprints through the middle. Lewis is going to try and find him. What a ball. Cordovez in on goal. He's brought down. That's going to be a penalty. No, he says no. No foul. He had a look across to the assistant. There wasn't enough contact. It's play on. And, well, is there a case for some simulation there? And if that's the case, it would have to be a yellow card. Oh, that's a loose pass there in the midfield. It's given away to Lewis again, who started that move with a super ball. That's a bit late. That'll be a free kick for the Battery on this near side.
Well, how about Lewis? That ankle's feeling just fine, I think, after that ball. Gorgeously played right into the path.
I mean, I thought penalty, Dame. What was your impression?
For me, that was a penalty, too. I mean, he got a little contact from behind, and to be quite honest with you, if it wasn't simulation, it must have been for a handball in the box because Cordovez just grabbed the ball after he went down. So either way, a whistle should have been called. Not sure what the referee might have been seeing or had communication with his assistant.
Here's the free kick from Portillo, swings it into the back post. There's some pushing and shoving in the box, but no damage done. It'll be a goal kick for Panama City. We're in the 10th minute here at Blackboard Stadium. Charleston 1-0 up in this second round US Open Cup game. I mentioned that we know what the scenarios will be after this game, and it's Orlando City U23s who prevailed in their match versus Jacksonville, so Orlando City will face the winner of tonight's game, and that of course is the PDL side of Charleston's big rival in USL Pro, Orlando City Soccer Club, on their way to Major League Soccer next year. Lewis takes that one in stride. Nicely done from the youngster. Good ball out to Marini. Marini one-on-one. He's looking for some movement. Tries to go round the player. Gets it wide. There's a player down. Play on, says the referee. Lewis leaves it for Marini, and he hits it, and it's palmed over the bar. Corner kick.
Unfortunate there for number 30, Savage, who went down in a little dust-up with Dante Marini, and now he's going to have to be
Well, let's hope there's not an injury, because not sure what the substitute situation is here. Maybe just a little dead leg. It looked like it caught him on the... Well, they're signalling on the right knee. Let's hope he's okay. It's going to be Portillo again to take the corner as Bobby Weissenberger comes on to tend to the injured player.
It's Anderson Savage. Not sure if it's his brother on the other end or not, but two Savages on the back line. And his brother's right there consoling him, or you would think is his brother.
Let's hope he's okay. He's receiving some attention. He's just sort of lying back there, as you can probably see. It's going to be a corner kick once we get this game back underway. Charleston 1-0 up. Of course, there's a full slate of US Open Cup matches taking place tonight. The match of the round was the All Richmond game, which I think was being featured by US Soccer. Richmond Kickers versus the MPSL Richmond side. I can't remember what their name is. 2-0, I think I'm hearing that Richmond are beating their opponent by at this point. He does not look too healthy, this young man. That is Anderson Savage, who is making his way off. Let's see if he can just jog it off, though. It would be terrible, wouldn't it, if he got injured in this game before the season has even begun. He's having a word with Bobby Weissenberger. And they're going to have to defend with 10 men here for a few minutes. There's some pushing and shoving at the back of the box. Well, it always happens. The referee's coming in. It's Agostino Minasola in charge tonight. Veteran referee. I tell you what, it doesn't look too good for this young player, Savage. Here comes the corner. It's a good header clear, but only as far as Chang at the back post. He misses the header, and it's away by Panama City. Griffith just loops one over. This will be interesting if Portillo can control it. He can. Good first touch on his right foot. Rolls it back to Lewis. A loose pass, though. Griffith, oh, what a strike, I tell you what. He had a crack from 40 yards, missed the target, goal kick.
And Portillo will be telling you that that's exactly what he was trying to do, is lay off Quentin Griffith for a 40-yard strike.
Well, he doesn't mind a shot.
He had a taste of goal, that's for sure.
Griffith, no, I mean, Antigua and Barbuda national team player. He's the reigning sportsman of the year from that island, which is no mean feat. Let me tell you, when you consider Antigua has produced the likes of Sir Vivian Richards, probably the greatest cricket player of all time. So Griffith following in his footsteps. Of course, Sir Vivian Richards also captained the football team, the soccer team, in addition to playing for the West Indies. Here comes Griffith now, down the line to Chang. He's trying to get inside on the return pass. It was not the best pass from Chang, but he'll gather up the loose ball, whip it across. It's away by Panama City, and they'll just lump it clear. Are we back to full strength? I didn't see the player come back in yet. No. So they're at the moment they're playing a man short, Panama City, which is going to make it a little bit more difficult, wouldn't you think? 15 minutes in, Charleston are 1-0 up. Oliveira down the line. Oh, kept it alive nicely. There may be a little chance for a through ball there. No, it's played square. That's Pajunk, kept alive for Oliveira. And now Janis Jafari plays it short to the right back. Marini in quickly, it's Jafari again. Rolls it short, he'll have that back. And again he goes short into the midfield. There's a nice little exchange, and Charleston just in their defensive shape here as Arico plays it inside. Now Oliveira looking for some movement, he'll square it. Gets it back and just closed down too quickly, and it's a short one through the middle for Lewis, who can't play it to Cordovez, who's offside, but Marini isn't. He'll drop that into the gap for Cordovez, who's round the keeper. 2-0. The assist with Dante Marini, the goal with Eviel Cordovez.
And you just get the feeling that this team might be in a little bit of trouble. This Panama City Beach squad, who just got put together, and they're struggling a little bit to keep possession. Had a decent run, a spell of possession within the last couple of minutes, but they make that one mistake, and the Battery are looking to capitalize on it. And of course, this black and yellow squad is a very counter-attacking minded team, so you give them one break, a little space in the middle. Andre Lewis sets off Marini. Marini looks over to Cordovez, and in 3 touches, Charleston Battery are up 2-0.
I'll give Cordovez some credit there. It was a good first touch that took him past the keeper. At that point, it's either penalty or goal, isn't it? And he did well, and Lewis just getting the better of them behind Cordovez at the moment. And that's given away. And here they come again, the Battery, with Marini, who will show outside to Cordovez, but it's off target, the pass. And we'll have a throw in here for Panama City. We'll see if we can keep an eye on... Oh, that's given away to the wrong man. It's Cordovez into the box, squares it. Good tackle there. Good covering tackle from Nicholas Dreyer to concede a corner.
And I think a couple of Charleston Battery fans may be shockingly surprised at Eviel Cordovez laying that ball off to Andre Lewis. A bit of unselfishness. Usually he's got that striker mentality where it's goals, 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 but give it up to Cordovez, who realizes that Andre Lewis has been setting up everything here in the first 17 minutes of the game.
Actually, must have come off the Panama player last. It looked like it should have been a corner, but it's away by Charleston here. And Lewis just leaning in, the youngster from Jamaica. And did he do enough? He did. It's going to be a corner now. Well played, Lewis. Panama City have a player preparing to come in. I'm not sure who that is because the number is different than the players we have listed on the roster. It could be Jean Betty. Well, let's listen to the PA announcer. It is Andrea Gimbetti who comes into the game. So back to full strength, Panama City, and here comes the corner. It's Portillo for Charleston. Swings it into the back post. Chang's unmarked, and well, he couldn't get the volley away because the challenge is in, and it'll be another corner, but this time from the far side. Let's see where Giambetti's going to play. There's the corner, not the best corner. It's swung in and it's poor. It doesn't beat the first man. It's away by Panama City. Griffith is there, just loops it back into the mixer. Bounces awkwardly, and Falvey's underneath it. Sets it back to Marini. Van Schaik overlapping. Van Schaik sets it back. Here's Marini at the edge of the 18. Has a little dig from distance. He doesn't miss by much. Always going to be tough, though, on that left foot to try and get it inside the post there.
And was he trying to dink the keeper? That was a cheeky little attempt by Dante Marini, who's got the quality. You know, for a guy of his stature, you got to use your wit and your cunning to sort of outperform some of the other defenders. And that was just a little chip towards the back post that he was hoping dipped down over the top of Sean Lewis, but unsuccessful on that attempt. Good play from Dante Marini, though, who I think is going to enjoy himself in this game.
Lewis plays it forward. Cordovez is offside. It'll be a free kick for Panama City. I was chatting to Panama's head coach before the game. He's never played here, although he did spend a year with the Atlanta Silverbacks. It's Greg DeVito. Played in the PDL side. 1 year with the full side. Back when Atlanta were part of the USL system. Seemed like a nice young coach, nice young man, as the ball is played out to the far side. 20 minutes in here at Blackboard Stadium. It's Charleston 2-0 up as Abdallah goes backwards to the skipper, Falvey. Incidentally, the Battery only with 4 outfield players listed. There's been a couple of injuries for Charleston, so not really at full strength tonight, but it's a strong team that they fielded for this game, particularly when you look at the likes of Falvey, Van Schaik, Ferguson, Abdallah, Lewis. I mean, there are some big names from a battery point of view that get the start tonight. Griffith, of course. Here's Van Schaik.
Well, it symbolizes the importance of this tournament for this club. Everyone from Mike Onhauser to you to, Tony Bacher, they want to do well in this tournament. This is something that the Charleston Battery take a lot of pride in. And, hey, we're the last team that got into the U.S. Open Cup final.
That's a good ball into a good area. It's away by Panama City. Little touch away. Can they counter-attack? No, because Abdallah's there to clean it up. And why not take it seriously? This is the national championship, after all. Sure. As Ferguson plays it square to Colin Falvey now. Portillo, the Battery, looking for a third as they get it wide to Griffith. And straight into touch, looking for Chang. It'll be a throw-in for Panama City, who again kick off their PDL campaign this weekend. There's a long ball forward this time, looking for the run of Oliveira. It's a defensive header away by Falvey, and we'll have an attacking throw-in now for the visitors.
I'm hoping to see a little bit of Alassane Kane up top. I was watching him in the warm-up. Very quality player, good in tight spaces, and I'd like to see him just take on the back four of the Battery because he's a good player. Have him make a couple moves and take a shot on goal. Test Eric Shannon a little bit, who has been a little bored as of the first 22 minutes.
He hasn't had a chance, really. Yeah, has he? Hasn't had a touch. It's the couple of chances they've had to play it through. They've kept it in midfield. There's a long one into the box, and it's awkward for the Battery. He was looking for some help there, Van Schaik, from the referee. None given. Charleston clear to the halfway line. Panama are there with possession. Little flick through the heel, and that's nicely done as it comes back now to Dreyer. Squares it to the big defender, Jafari. Again, he plays it short through the midfield, and just need to be careful there, Panama City, and they'll keep possession. Lovely little one, too, and maybe it'll open up here for the visitors. That's a good ball out to this near side. It's Asefa. Can he get the cross in? He chips to the back post. It's over the head of the keeper and behind for a goal kick. He's got to do better there.
Yeah, got to do better, but give some credit to Pajunk, who got himself into a little trouble in the defending half of his pitch, but then made a move around a couple of defenders, looked out wide to Asefa, and he was in acres of space. Really, the last ball could have been better because Kane and Kavora up there just waiting, and chances are going to be few and far between against this very talented back four. So you got to take advantage when you can.
Absolutely. You needed to get that ball into a dangerous area. That was a little bit late on Van Schaik by Anthony Arico. Van Schaik, I think, saw it coming and lifted the leg, so he'll get a talking to from our referee, but no more.
It's one of those ones, too, isn't it, where you make maybe a little bad touch, and you leave yourself out there exposed, and Arico got a piece of it, but good to see it wasn't all of Van Schaik.
Falvey will play it short now to Ferguson. Lewis comes all the way deep to come and get it. He probably should stay a little bit higher, the youngster. Now the ball is played short to Van Schaik. Out on this left side, he'll roll it into the feet of Cordovez. That's a good set to Marini. Can he get behind the fullback? No. His touch was angling him away from there. Charleston get it wide, though, to Van Schaik. There's three in the middle. Squared across to Lewis. Lovely first touch. And another. Oh, he didn't pull the trigger. And, well, he has to battle, but he keeps it alive. Here he is now. Lewis to Van Schaik. Rides the challenge. Now Marini. Plays it square to Cordovez. He'll turn with possession. It's behind for a goal kick. Well, should Lewis have pulled the trigger there, Dane?
Well, when you got that class, when you got that little bit of panache, it is a corner. But when you do have that sort of flair, you like to make a flair for the dramatic. You like to take it a bit theatrically. And Andre Lewis was looking. He actually did a good job of selling the dummy, taking the touch. And like you said, probably should have had it on the first time.
25 minutes in, it's 2-0 Charleston. Here's a corner. In at the back post, 3-0. It's Cordovez, actually just behind the first man. He got away from his man, his marker, and just angles that header down from close range. And the Battery make it 3 here in the 26-minute mark.
Well, it's a great ball off the set piece, and I got a little inside scoop before the game that Portillo might have had a big-time game by our statistician Ed O'Neill, who was singing the praises of Justin Portillo before the game, and off of his set pieces in particular. There you have it, goal number 3, and give a lot of credit to number 20 in black and yellow.
Ed Allen, our statistician.
Ed Allen, I'm sorry.
Who made the prediction. Well, Portillo's had 2 assists already, and we're early into this game, really. There's a long way to go. And unless Panama can tighten it up and maybe respond before half-time, this could be a long night for the visitors from the PDL. Here they come now. Just opens up a little bit there. Pinged out to this near side. That's a good ball. Can he get the cross in? Cuts onto his left foot. Has a crack. It's wide of the target. First shot of the game for Panama City. It was Arico who tried his luck from distance but didn't trouble Shannon.
And you can't blame him one bit, Arico, for taking a move inside and having a go at goal, just because, like we said, the chances will come few and far between. So why not let him fly?
Griffith will drill it across to this near side, looking for Marini. Cushions it on the chest, plays it into the gap for Lewis, who does have a little bit of pace about him, but it is defended well and rolled out to this near side to Jafari. Takes a good touch, looks downfield, tackled as he got the pass away. Throw in Panama. Marini again to Abdallah, given away by Portillo, who raises his hand in apology. And back it goes to the young goalkeeper, Sean Lewis. I'll remind you, this is second round Lamar Hunt US Open Cup match here live from Blackboard Stadium in Charleston, South Carolina. Here in Berkeley County, the Battery 3-0 up inside the first half hour. Abdallah on the ground, goes backwards to Portillo. There's Lewis coming to join in. Back to Falvey. Square to Ferguson. Lewis is asking for it and receives it here.
He's been everywhere this game, hasn't he? Dropping back, helping out his central defenders, play the ball up, looking up in the counterattack. Good stuff.
I think he's asking.
Feeling in form.
He's asking for the players to be pinging those passes a little bit quicker. That's why he comes back to try and join in. Here come Charleston now with Griffith, who's going to show his pace to the outside. Gets there and swings a good cross in, looking for Lewis. It's just beyond the Jamaican. Oh, it's a nutmeg. He's not going to get to the return, is he? He does. It'll find its way to Marini. Going into a crowd of players and is dispossessed. That should be a free kick, surely. No, the referee allows play to continue. It's out to the midfield. One back by Chang. Now Marini. Chang heads it down and it's pummeled away by Panama City to concede a throw-in at the halfway line. Here's Portillo. Switches fields to Griffith. There's a lot of space in front of the Antiguan. Plays it short to Cordovez. Has to wait for the midfield to come across. Here is Portillo now. Up to Abdallah. First time ball for Chang. First time in turn for Portillo. It's Abdallah again, who's kind of metronomic with his passing, Abdallah. You'll see tonight if he gets involved. That one is away by Panama City. It'll be a throw-in for the Battery on the far side. Level with, well, about midway up inside the half. Half an hour in here at Blackboard. Charleston 3-0 up. It's Abdallah to Portillo. Back to the halfway line to Ferguson. Panama pressing here a little bit. The ball played down the line. It pays off. They're going to get the ball back here, are they? Down goes the Panama player. Yes, that'll be a free kick. So the effort works out there for Cavara, who gets a free kick in an attacking area for the visitors for Panama City. Well, that's not a good sight, as the youngster who was subbed out has come back onto the bench with some crutches. Let's hope that's precautionary. He's got his knee wrapped in ice.
Yeah, the way he was limping off certainly suggests that he might have needed the assistance of the crutches. But for Panama City Beach, it's all about little victories over the course of the next 60 minutes. Down 3-0. You just got to pick your battles.
Here's the free kick. It's pinged in, driven in low, and it'll be dealt with by the Battery. Lewis Gets it wide now to Griffith. The counter-attack is on here for the Battery with Chang on the far side. Opens up his legs, trying to drag the defender wide. Now it's Chang onto his left foot to Lewis. Outside to Griffith. 2 in the middle for the Battery. They'll slow it down now with Portillo. Oh, and Lewis has got around the fullback. Can he cross it? He can. It strikes a player on the way in. Headed away by Panama. And then volleyed to the halfway line. Van Schaik controls the loose ball. To Marini. Squares it to Lewis. Trying to slip it into the gap. It's away by Panama again. Abdallah controls. Nicely done. He'll have a shot from distance. That one was never going to trouble Sean Lewis, who can just gather up the loose ball.
He's been wanting to make one of those all season, hasn't he? He's one of the few players on the Battery team, maybe the only one if I check the stats correctly, but who has played in every game this season for the Black and Yellow, and not shy to take one on from 30-plus yards. And on that one, maybe the ambition was superseded, I suppose.
Hasn't scored yet for Charleston, Aminu Abdallah. As Portillo finds Cordovez, he was trying to invite Abdallah in, but it was off target, the pass. Panama have reverted to just one striker as they control possession now at the halfway line. Out it comes to the winger, Asefa. Squares it. Good ball, actually, if they can keep it. Unlucky, couldn't quite get the next pass away, but heads it down, and that's a good ball out to the far side. Maybe chance for the fullback to get forward here. No, he's going to play it early, and it's going to beat everyone out to this near side. It'll be a goal kick for Charleston. It hits the corner flag and rolls the wrong way around the post. Just one side of the stadium open here tonight. If you're wondering where all the fans are on the broadcast, they're all below us, out of your view. I think the early rounds of the Open Cup, it's traditional for the Battery just to keep this one side open. This is the second round of the competition. Here's Marini, who springs onto the loose ball. He's looking to get around the last defender, who tackles him and wins the throw-in. Well played there by Asefa, Brooke Asefa, number 4 for Panama City Beach Pirates.
Marini's an interesting case, isn't he, where I think the most comfortable I've seen him play was against the MLS squads in the Carolina Challenge Cup. That was probably the best form I've seen him in. Since then, of course, he's been a little starved for playing time out on the pitch, but granted, he's got loads of quality, and he's fun to watch when he gets up and down these wings.
Throw in here for Charleston, and it'll be Van Schaik to take it. Abdallah asking for it short, and picks out Marini. Marini tackled as he tried to turn up the line. Asefa cuts past Lewis. Nicely done. Runs into trouble, though, in the form of Abdallah, and the loose ball finds its way to Griffith. 10 minutes to go till the break. Charleston still coming forward here with numbers. Oh, that's a giveaway for Marini. Quickly controls to Abdallah. Wide to Lewis. Down the line to Aminu Abdallah. Looks for some support here. The big midfielder goes backwards to Van Schaik. And then all the way back to Ferguson. Good work from Panama City Beach. Here's Portillo. Loose from Lewis, but it'll be gathered up by Jared Van Schaik, the Portland, Oregon native. Now Ferguson switches play to Quinton Griffith on the far side. Here's Cordovez, turns onto his left foot, drives it out, but that's overhit from the big striker and into touch for a throw-in. Cordovez on a hat-trick, of course. He's got 2 goals to his name. He'll be well aware of that. It's a long time since we've had a hat-trick here in an Open Cup game. I think the last was Darren Spicer many moons ago.
It's an impressive encyclopedia knowledge you got up there.
I want to say 2008, maybe?
Oof.
Not sure what Darren's doing these days, but I tell you what, hat-trick's a hat-trick. 10 minutes to go till the half-time, and it's Panama City with possession. Nicely done to get around Abdallah. They've got width on this near side, and he finds Masefa, who's onside, onto his left foot, tries a shot. It's blocked by the chest of Van Schaik. Lewis first to the loose ball. Backwards to Van Schaik it goes. Now Abdallah. Chang wants it early. Driven out over the defender. He'll get onto the loose ball. Will he? No. It's a good covering challenge there from Dreyer. Now Pajunk gets it wide to Dreyer. Back it goes to Oliveira. Here's Jafari. Needs to be careful with the ball there. It's given away, and Abdallah will play it round the outside here for Lewis, who sprints to get possession. Here he is now, Andre Lewis. He's going to have a go at the fullback, gets around him, plays it into the middle. It's away by Panama City, and into touch for a throw-in. Double step over there from Andre Lewis just to open that gap up. And it's a quick throw from the Jamaican to Van Schaik. All left-footed Van Schaik. He'll go backwards here to Portillo. Griffith asking for it on the far side. Space to work with. Rolls it into the gap for Cordovez. Can he turn to shoot? He can't. And he'll lose possession at the edge of the 18-yard box. Needs to be careful not to concede a foul there, Cordovez. And Panama get it away. Nicely done. And there's a little ball through the gap, and this could be trouble if Shannon doesn't get off his line quickly, which he does, and whacks that one away to safety on the far side. But just for a moment there, Panama City looked to get in behind the Battery's two central defenders.
Well, it's been a battle, but really you kind of hope that this team can sort of figure things out over the next few minutes leading into halftime. Maybe get a couple of shots on goal. They've been dealing with heavy bombardment in the opening 35, 36 minutes, and just to take the pressure off the defense a little bit, maybe test Eric Shannon and look for that first goal, maybe spark some life into this game.
Yeah, you think, to get back into this game, it would certainly help to get a goal before half-time. Asefa here, under pressure, turns with possession. It's given away there. It'll be a throw-in for the Battery. We'll remind you, this PDL side qualified for this competition based on the performance last year. This is the first game they've played as a squad, as a team this year. They opened their season at the weekend. Charleston also with a game on Saturday against Wilmington Hammerheads. That's away, as Griffith, even with his pace, can't catch up to that pass from Chang. We'll have that game for you live on 9:10 a.m. ESPN Radio, 9:10 a.m. for this Saturday's game. A 7:30 p.m. kickoff from Legion Field up there in Wilmington, North Carolina. If you're in the area, come on out and attend the match. It'll be a good game, I guarantee it. Griffith now for Charleston. The Battery have just taken their foot off the gas a little bit. It's Marini. Back to Van Schaik. Early ball forward from Abdallah. Good ball to Lewis. Turns, and he's going to run at them again. That was a little heavy, and from behind, and it'll be a free kick for the Battery. 25 yards out. This is within shooting range. Again, remember, Griffith hit the post with his first effort. He's grabbed the ball. He wants it again, and I doubt there's anyone that will be able to argue the ball away from him, considering his first effort.
Well, seniority usually rules in this sort of case, and then if you hit one off the post earlier in the game, you at least deserve one more crack at it.
Does take the free kicks for his national team, and from this range it'll actually be a little easier, you would think, to get it down. So same again, I would think, the recipe here. It's Griffith with the free kick for Charleston, and over the top he curled it but didn't get the dip he wanted, and it's behind to safety for a goal kick.
No luck on that occasion, but man, he's been up and down that far side, really testing, I believe it is Jafari over there on the left side. It was Savage earlier on.
5 minutes till the break. Charleston 3-0 up. Abdallah wins it in the midfield. It's away by Panama City Beach. The Pirates, now Marini inside to Abdallah, has a quick look and spins it out to Griffith on the far side. Abdallah and Lewis, of course, on loan from Vancouver Whitecaps, who have a big game tonight of their own in the second leg of that Canadian Championship semi-final, I think it is. They're 2-1 down against Toronto, but they do have that away goal. And apparently that game is being streamed tonight. We'll be looking for that later. That's a little pass from Abdallah. A little 1-2 with Marini. It doesn't work out. Studded forward by the captain, Falvey, to Griffith. The game has slowed to walking pace here at Blackboard Stadium. It's Chang. Brings Ferguson in. The College of Charleston product. Out to Van Schaik. Lewis in space down the line, but it's Van Schaik who, well, he goes with a little 1-2 and is tackled as he loses possession. And here come Panama City. Lewis marauding back. Abdallah wins it. Now Lewis again. Chang. Offside is Marini. Well, from where he was standing, he ought to have been able to see that. Out on this near side. It'll be a free kick for the Pirates. Panama City Beach. Back it goes to the goalkeeper, Sean Lewis. They were just a little bit loose at the start of the game, weren't they, Dane? They paid the price. They've done better, actually, in the last 20 minutes.
Well, yeah, you concede 2 goals in the opening 10 minutes off some careless mistakes in the back, and you're eventually going to start playing a little better. And really, it's been the midfield who have stepped up in the middle. It's Arico, Pajunk, and Asefa who've started to take control a little bit, swinging some balls out into some space like you see there.
That's Arico who sent it out wide. The ball comes in to a good area. It's away by the Battery. Panama just putting Charleston on their back foot here at the end of the first half. They've got numbers forward if they can work it into a wide position and get it whipped in. That's a good ball. Little triangles there in the midfield. Here come Panama City.
It's better.
Really need to get it wide if they can. Still coming though, right through the middle. That's a good touch. Now there's some width, and here's a chance for Asefa, who drives it on target. Saved by Eric Shannon.
Oh, great little build-up of play there through the middle of the park too, which is a little surprising. But Pajunk, Asefa, and I think it was Asefa who put the ball in at the end and really tested Eric Shannon, who was up for it on his first save of the night.
First action for the Battery goalkeeper. It was a good hit from Asefa, who, well, he'll be disappointed. In on goal, hit it well on frame, and many times when you get into that position, that ball flies in, doesn't it? But good save from the Battery keeper to deny him. And Panama City, what would have been a very, very opportune moment to score a goal. 2 minutes until the break. Charleston 3-0 up here. Short ball for Chang. Evades the challenge and plays one in to Cordovez. Cordovez's touch a little heavy, and Charleston a little loose, and Falvey could be in a bit of trouble here as the ball is played wide to the far side. Falvey is recovered. Little step over. There's a shot wide of the near post. Goal kick.
And how about the ball from the substitute, Andre Giambati, who is the goalkeeper listed as the substitute goalkeeper, as a matter of fact, came in and lays a dime right onto the feet of Kane, who couldn't quite put it on goal, but good bit of play there. And like I was saying, Andrew, it's all about little victories when you're down 3-0, getting involved in this game. It is early in their season, so that last sequence where they knock the ball around a few times in the middle, look out wide to Asefa, that's all building upon this team's morale and this team's character, and finding their identity as a stylistic football.
Kane just drifted away from Falvey. He actually did well to get the shot away. Falvey had recovered, though, to get goal side. We're into the last minute of the first half. Panama City showing some signs of life. Portillo in with the challenge. It's played square across the back. Lewis trying to keep him honest. It'll go back to the keeper. Needs to be careful here, and he pings it away to this near side to Asefa, then volleyed to the halfway line. Van Schaik lets it into touch. His foot was high, though. That'll be a free kick for Panama City, and this will be a chance, you have to think. A free kick to end the first half with. Oh, they play it short and it's given away. Well, that's the sort of thing that drives a coach nuts, but they win it back quickly. So all is not lost as the ball is just chipped out by Oliveira. Oliveira again, in space, middle of the park. Short pass to the outside. Now Arico. Lovely little bit of skill to get away from Marini, but the through ball doesn't work out. And there's Van Schaik just to lump it clear. And Cordovez is onside here if he can control it. He can. He's got 3 players back defending now. Rolls it into the gap for Marini, who just accelerates to the byline. Plays it across. That looked like it struck the arm. Oh, that's harsh. And that's going to be a penalty.
Oh, that's one of those ones, too, where does the ball play the hand or does the hand play the ball? And you always ask for it. Eviel Cordovez calling for it, obviously, on a hat trick.
No complaints from the player. I think his arm was raised. It was away from the body. I mean, he doesn't deserve a booking for that. That's just unfortunate, but no complaints. And here is a chance for Cordovez for a hat trick here at Blackboard Stadium from the spot. And he fires high. Well, there's a let-off for Panama City. It's a sigh of relief for Greg DeVito below us, the coach. And opportunity squandered there for the Battery. We're in stoppage time at the end of the first half. It's 3-0 to the Battery. And the penalty from Cordovez for his hat trick. It wasn't the best, was it? Well, it just shows you, doesn't matter what the circumstances are, when that little bit of pressure comes in, nerves tend to tighten a little bit.
Well, he's not going to forgive himself for that if he ends this game.
Oh, that's nicely done. Here's a chance for Panama City. Into the box. Good save by Shannon again. He just drifted past the Battery captain, Falvey, with a little drop of the shoulder.
Yeah, it was a little hesitation move that got Falvey on his heels a bit and just blew past him. Eric Shannon off his line beautifully there. Made himself big and cut off the angle. But Padjunk, great job getting around those back 4.
We're headed towards halftime. Stay with us for the second half. We won't have anything during the halftime break, but we'll have uninterrupted coverage of the second half here from Blackboard Stadium. Charleston here looking for a fourth right before the stroke of halftime. It's Griffith who goes backwards. There's 3 in the middle for Charleston. It's swung into the back post over Lewis, who's going to try and dig it out there, but he won't get there. That's going to be a throw in. The referee glances at his watch. There's the halftime whistle. Charleston 3, Panama City 0, the score at halftime. We're going to take a break. When we come back, the second half kickoff. Stay with us here at Blackboard Stadium for live uninterrupted coverage of this second round US Open Cup match between the Battery and the Panama City Beach Pirates.
America's top travel magazine named Charleston the best city in the nation, so it's no secret that people are flocking here. But people from all over the world come to MUSC for our unparalleled expertise year after year. Maybe that's why so many national organizations invest in our breakthroughs and why so many of the world's top doctors continue to join us. So while Charleston's magnetic draw may not surprise you, we wanted to remind you about ours. MUSC, changing what's possible.
The second half, it's the Charleston Battery versus the Panama City Beach Pirates. 3-0 the scoreline through 45 minutes. The goals all for the Battery. Charleston 3-0 up. It was Chang in the 5th minute, and then Cordovez with a brace in the 16th and the 26th to make it 3-0. Cordovez had a chance to make it a hat-trick for the night for the Cuban. First hat-trick for a long time, but missed the target from the spot. Missed a penalty, and it finished 3-0. We'll see if there's any kind of response here from Panama City to get back into this game, Dane. They need to get a goal fairly quickly.
Yeah, you would think almost immediately. That'll be the idea coming out of the halftime locker room, and you got to get it up to Kavara, to Kane, because those guys, towards the end of the 45, they started to find themselves in this game and got a couple chances at goal. Remember, Pajunk is in particular, who ran right at Colin Falvey, got past him and took a shot on goal. So more of the same as they ended the first 45 from Panama City Beach.
Charleston have made a change at halftime. Andre Lewis makes way for Adam Mena. Let's hope that's precautionary. He got that knock, remember, Lewis. He had a great first half, though. There's a Charleston attack here from the outset. It's played in square. Chance! Offside. The flag is up. It won't count for Adam Mena, who, well, he shakes his finger Henri style, but you're not going to get that back from the linesman. His flag was raised. It was a nice flowing move from Charleston. Panama City, well, that will be a warning to them. The Battery are going to show no mercy. Of course, you wouldn't expect them to. And go for the jugular here.
How about that for a quick strike, though, Andrew? And we were joking around in the halftime break about Cordovez missing out on his hat trick. You wouldn't be likely to see him pass up a goal-scoring opportunity, but how about that right there? Actually gave it up to Adam Mena, and yeah, he's actually done that a good bit tonight, and refreshing to see from the young Cuban.
Here comes Griffith. Look at the pace of the outside back. He gets it down the line to Mena, who's caught there, and it's away by Panama. Mena, by the way, is sporting that new haircut. He donated his hair to Locks for Love, I'm told. He's been growing it for 3 years. He said it's the second time. I think it's 3 years. It might be 2. It's the second time he's done it, so nice gesture from the young Battery midfielder. There's a long ball forward from Panama City. Charleston gather it up. It'll be Shannon, the goalkeeper. Mena, by the way, who was urging Griffith on there. Griffith has got that pace on this outside if he chooses to use it. There's a long ball from Abdallah looking for Mena. Heads it in square. He caught the player as he went up for the ball there. Let's hope he's okay. Panama City have possession. It looks like he is. As the ball is played through. Who's that? That was number 6. Savage. We think that's Anderson Savage, is it? No, it's Donald Savage. Anderson's out injured. We wouldn't want both brothers to get hurt in the same game. Here's Marini through the middle for Cordovez. Looks up. Fires it out to Mena. Mena in space. He's got Griffith helping out. He goes to the byline, gets around the player. He's asking for handball again.
They'd be lucky to get it a second time. I think the first time was a bit fortunate.
Well, on that occasion, it hit the player's leg and then struck his arm, but it's gone behind, and they're saying no, it's going to be a corner kick. So they did get that penalty from the arm raised on the cross, blocking the cross in the first half, or inadvertent though it was. Here's the corner for Chang. Into the middle, it's hooked behind, and that'll be a goal kick for Panama City. I'll remind you, this is second round US Open Cup action, and we do have a result from a game that kicked off, I think, at 6:30 start from Chattanooga. It's an upset. Chattanooga of the MPSL have knocked out the Wilmington Hammerheads of USL Pro. 3-1 the final score.
And you just got to wonder, Andrew, is the game of the weekend, over the weekend against the Charleston Battery, a byproduct of this loss, 3-1. You got to wonder if they were reserving some of their players, or if they took a little look into the depths of the bench for this midweek game, looking up to the back and forth home and away against the Charleston Battery coming up here on Saturday.
I know Wilmington was depleted tonight. They lost a couple of players back to Toronto midweek and had an injury to deal with, so Certainly weren't full strength, but that's an upset. That's the first time in, I believe it's the first time an MPSL team has knocked a USL Pro team out of the competition. So congratulations to Chattanooga, and I also understand that game kicked off an hour early because of the threat of severe weather. So I would think Chattanooga feel like they made the right decision on all fronts there tonight, and they got it done. Here come the Battery, 3-0 up here with Falvey. Quick ball to, oh, nicely done from Chang, taking possession of that away from Griffith. It's a little step over, squares it to Cordovez. It's a heavy touch from Cordovez. Abdallah keeps it alive, back to Ferguson. 5 minutes into the second half. Van Schaik. Back to Sean Ferguson. And now Abdallah comes to collect it. Go ahead, Dane, sorry.
Excuse me.
That takes a deflection. I tell you what, that's Cordovez in on goal here. Chance for Cordovez! There's the hat-trick. Nice bit of individual skill from the Cuban. Gets his third and the Battery's fourth. 5 minutes into the second half.
That's impressive stuff from Eviel Cordovez. What missed penalty in the first half, because he picks that up as something out of nothing, really. Just a ball that came up from the middle of the park and really just dropped to his feet, looked up, made a move around a couple defenders, and boy, he slotted it home with the utmost class. Beautiful stuff for the third goal, and it's been a highlight reel sort of night for the young Cuban. 3 out of 4 shots. Impressive efficiency at its utmost right there. Eviel Cordovez spelling efficiency with one F.
There's Panama City back to the halfway line. That'll be a throw-in for Charleston. Portillo back to Colin Falvey, so it's a hat-trick for Cordovez. They just announced it over the PA. Of course, we knew that. First hat-trick the Battery have scored in the Open Cup since Spicer's. Darren Spicer. I think he got a cap for his troubles in that year. I'm sure Cordovez will get something similar. Probably be a Nike hat this year.
I thought you said a cat.
A cap.
Okay.
The feet will not go unnoticed. That's an awkward one, but Shannon gets there away from Kane, hammers it forward. Chang tries to dig it out, but can't. And Panama City have it back now with the left back, Savage.
Well, it certainly wasn't the dream start to the season for Coach Greg DeVito and the rest of his squad, but plenty to be learned here over the next 40 minutes or so. Obviously, this game well out of hand, but his team can come out and show some class, show some character within the squad, come out and, heavy challenge there. Good to see Colin Falvey get up.
Well, he jumped out of it. He saw it coming. No damage done. No foul called. Van Schaik will roll it square to the goalkeeper.
Just got to wonder if Coach Anhauser may be thinking about dipping into his bench a little bit as this second half goes on.
Already made that one change with Lewis making way for Mena. Portillo will swing it out to Van Schaik. Good starting position for the left back. He gets it wide, and here come the Battery now with Marini. Marini into the gap looking for the run of Van Schaik. It was a tight pass, but it's away by Panama City. Quickly won back by Abdallah. It's Marini again. 1-2 here with Van Schaik. Caught in possession though. And that's into touch for a Battery throw-in. Charleston 4, Panama City Beach 0. You have to think at this point the result is probably not in doubt unless Panama can mount a comeback. They're going to need to score a goal here very quickly as Griffith plays it in at the near post. It's brought under control by Lewis, the goalkeeper. Abdallah goes to ground. He won the tackle, but the ball rolls back. I'm sure he'll be watching the Vancouver game late tonight. And of course, Omar Salgado potentially available for that game for Vancouver. Jackson Farmer, by the way, won't be available. He's joined the Canadian under-20 team for a camp. So it'll be a mixture of veterans and youngsters, I'm sure, tonight for Carl Robinson, head coach of the Battery's MLS affiliate side.
Yeah, I'd be surprised if you don't see Omar Salgado get a few minutes in this game. Already made his debut in the first leg of that tournament against Toronto and actually did a good job. Kept keeping the Vancouver Whitecaps in the tie with a late goal to tighten things up with a 2-1 first leg aggregate.
I think he was involved in the goal, wasn't he? His first appearance of the season for Salgado after a loan spell with the Battery.
He got the assist.
It's a throw-in now for Charleston, who, if this stands, it looks like it probably will, this result, will face Orlando City U23s here at Blackboard Stadium. A 7:30 p.m. kickoff set for May 28th, 2 weeks' time. Abdallah caught in possession there, and here come Panama City. Nice little triangular passes in the midfield. Oh, it's given away at the last, though. Chang fires it up to Cordovez at the halfway line. Chang gathers up the loose ball. He's got options both sides. Really going it alone at the moment. Rolls it across to Marini. Into the box. There's a shot. Good save from Lewis. And blocked the follow-up as well.
Chang right there doing a little bit of everything. Marini offering that run on the outside. Took it nicely with the one touch off the left foot. Squared up and had it go, but credit to him. He put it on frame. Great ball through.
Yeah, got behind Falvey again there, did the big forward, but Ferguson is across to cover. Little reverse pass that caused a few problems. He's still working hard, and he does earn his side a corner kick. Well, this is a chance for Panama City. Alassane Kane. And I think we're going to see a substitution here. I wouldn't be surprised to see Cordovez make way for Diouf. Cordovez with that hat-trick already. He won't mind coming off, although, you know what, he'll probably be thinking stay on and get another. But at the moment, Charleston have got some defending to do. Here's the corner for Panama City Beach. Good ball into the back post, comfortable. And good hands from Shannon. Great throw out to Chang, and here come the Battery on the counter-attack. It's 2 against 2. Make that 3 against 2 because Griffith has made great strides down this side. Here's Griffith, top of the 18, onto his left foot, squares it for Mena. Slowed down now with Abdallah. Abdallah, well, he fakes the shot. Charleston will be patient again. It's Abdallah down the outside to Griffith. In at the near post and defended away well by Panama City.
Well, if I was a betting man, I would have put the house on Quentin Griffith taking a shot as he cut into the inside from this near side corner. Instead elected for the pass up into the middle.
Well, they win it back in a good area here, the Battery. It's Chang trying to slip it into the gap. Good goalkeeping from Sean Lewis. He's off his line quickly. And a good throw out to the far side. Panama trying to make a game of this. Down the line it goes. Charleston strong defensively with Van Schaik over there. And it's into touch for the throw-in, and this will allow the change. Let's see who's coming off. It'll be Eviel Cordovez, who is going to be called off. He's actually down injured, but I think he'll get up and trot off. And it's going to be Cordovez who makes way for Mamadou Diouf.
And Diouf, who had maybe the chance of the game over the weekend against Wilmington, will be itching to get in and get his name on the score sheet as Eviel Cordovez has been enjoying his time out on the pitch. 3 goals in 58 minutes.
Great performance from the big man, the striker. A hat-trick to open the Battery's Open Cup campaign. Set Charleston on the way to the 3rd round. He'll get a big round of applause from the Battery fans below us. And slap of the hands with his counterpart there, Mamadou Diouf. Like for like here, straight swap, forward for forward. And let's hope Cordovez is okay. Probably a little precautionary that, with Coach Anhauser thinking ahead to the game Saturday night. Chang maintains possession and slips a good ball in here for Mena. One man to beat. Mena, top of the 18. Step over, and the shot is on frame. Good save by Lewis.
We'll say what you want about this game and maybe at times how easy it's looked for the Charleston Battery, but give a lot of credit to Eviel Cordovez, who was in those right places, put himself in the right spot, and finished when it really counted. And you know what? Sometimes that's the hardest thing to do when you're in front of goal, is to put the ball in the back of the net. Did so 3 times here this evening, and now it's Diouf's turn to enjoy maybe a little bit of freedom around the attacking third.
Van Schaik is booked for that challenge on, let me see, that was number, was it 2, Arico? Popped straight back up to his feet. Van Schaik, though, booked. I'm just wondering, with that booking, will Coach Anhauser make a change? Because he will not want to be missing Van Schaik for the next round of the competition if he should fall afoul of the referee again.
Well, you got Johnny Wilson and Zach Prince on the sidelines.
Hour gone. Here's a chance for Panama City, and it's just swung in, but into the hands of the goalkeeper, and it's a quick throw out again. Charleston looking to stretch Panama City on the counter-attack. It's a slip pass for Chang. Chang waits and finds Portillo. Now Van Schaik. Marini drifts out to the far side. Steps past the defender, swings a good ball into the middle, and it's volleyed high by Mamadou Diouf. Looked like he collided with the defender as he hit it, but it's over the top for a goal kick.
Just got there at the same time as Savage did, and Savage did just enough to push it wide and maybe put Diouf a bit off balance. But Dante Marini with a great move at the corner of the box to get a step on that defender.
It remains 4-0 in favor of the Battery. We've played an hour. It's Charleston winning here in this second round Lamar Hunt US Open Cup match. We've had an upset tonight, one so far, with Wilmington eliminated by Chattanooga. Chattanooga will advance to take on the Silverbacks, the Atlanta Silverbacks of the NASL in the next round. Should be a good match, 2 local-ish teams. I believe that game will be in Atlanta. I'm not 100% sure. That's a heavy touch there. And it'll be a throw-in now for the Battery. That's given away in the midfield to Abdallah, who just slots it back to the goalkeeper. He tells his 2 centre-halves to get wide, and he'll roll it out now to the left-sided defender, Van Schaik. Portillo comes to collect. Quick turn. Picks out Chang. Now Griffith. Acres of space in front of him. He's going to slow it down. He'll just roll it now into the gap for the big striker Diouf, onto his left foot, dispossessed by the covering defender. Good work from the fullback. And Panama City get it away.
Well, it's a smart play there by Diouf, who overruns it, baits that defender into maybe taking a few too many steps, cuts it back inside. But the backup defending was there by Dreyer, who just poked the ball out of Diouf's grasp within the last minute.
That one lands on the top of the Battery goal. It's another goal kick for Shannon and Charleston. Don't forget to join us Saturday night on ESPN Radio, 9:10 a.m., 7:30 p.m. kickoff as the Battery take on the Wilmington Hammerheads. The Battery's next home game is May 24th, Memorial Day weekend. It's a fixture on the Battery calendar for as long as I can remember. It's always a good game. Charleston taking on Pittsburgh. Justin Evans and Jason Cutney's Pittsburgh Riverhounds here at Blackboard Stadium. And the first family night promotion of the year that night, 4 tickets, 4 hot dogs, 4 sodas for $32. Little step over from Kane, held off by Falvey. Panama haven't given up the ghost. There's a strike. It's wide of the target and behind for another goal kick. They're keeping players forward here. They want Charleston to kick it long, which Shannon's going to have to oblige them now and do. World Cup inching closer, of course. By the time we get to the third round of this competition will be just about 10 days away from kickoff.
Got any faith in the Three Lions?
Absolutely.
There you go.
And my country, the US, looking forward to the tournament immensely. There's some flying tackles here. Here's Mena. Mena, early ball, looking for Marini. It's not a bad idea. Cut out by the defender. He can't pick it up, and that's good goalkeeping. Came with a need pass. Oh, unlucky, out to this near side. Couldn't control it there, Anthony Arico, so a throw-in for the Battery.
Arico's been one of the best ones out for Panama City, really kind of making things happen, taking things upon his own shoulders when nothing else is available, making some little flicks and tricks. He's looked lively, he's looked good, but maybe a little frustrated by the lack of support he's been getting in the attacking third.
Ferguson now for Charleston. Trying to pick out Diouf, who beaten in the air. It's a good ball from Abdallah to Griffith, who's been lively this evening. Here comes Griffith. He's got Mena wide. It's Portillo now. Oh, that's a good ball. Little reverse pass in for Chang. Chang squares it, but it's defended away by Panama City. Lumped to the halfway line. Headed forward by Ferguson.
And that tells you a little bit about Michael Chang and what his priorities are. Instead of taking a shot on goal there from a difficult angle, he looks to play it back, looks to help out one of his teammates grab a goal.
Griffith rather is going to go for the byline again. This time he's beaten, and Panama City win it back. Mena will slot in for him defensively as Abdallah presses. And Charleston combine there to win it back, but concede a throw-in in the process. Mena's playing on the wide on the right side, isn't he, with Chang moving across to the Andre Lewis role behind Diouf as the captain Falvey, who'll be pleased with his team's professionalism to this point. Keeps it going here. Pinged out to Mena. Mena round the outside looking for Chang. He couldn't control it, and it'll be a throw-in for Panama.
You like to see Chang in the middle of the attack right there for the Battery, where he can allow to set up, take some space, take some touches, and play that through ball towards Diouf. And Griffith down. Yeah,
we don't want to see an injury here. Griffith is down in the challenge. It looked like it was just a coming together.
Already pretty short-staffed at the back are the Charleston Battery.
Well, if Coach Anhauser needs to make a change, he's got John Wilson and Zach Prince available, both of whom, well, Wilson certainly can come in and play at left back. Zach Prince, though, maybe would be preferred here to give Wilson a rest, the veteran. And Prince can certainly slot in and play in that right back role. It looks like it's Prince who's warming up. And they'll want to be careful with Quinton Griffith, who's been a mainstay this year for Charleston. He's up and looks like he's okay. 78 minutes in, it's Charleston 4, Panama City Beach Pirates 0. The Battery appear to be headed to a third round meeting with Orlando City U23s.
Which is going to be an interesting matchup, isn't it? I mean, two rival teams for the last few years. Obviously, the U23s will be the next opponent, but anytime Orlando City pops up on the schedule for the Charleston Battery, it's always going to raise some eyebrows and raise a few questions for sure.
Yeah, for sure. They'll be a good team, and we'll have a couple of weeks of the season under their belts by the time they play, including that Open Cup win over Jacksonville, who were rated a little bit as a dark horse in the tournament this year. Of course, they're going to be in the NASL. I believe it's the same organization. Some good players down there in Jacksonville. Here come Panama City. Can they find a way through? That's a good ball to the byline. Across it comes. It's blocked. They're appealing for handball, and throw-in is the decision.
Oh, that's better. And the few times we've seen the Panama City Beach get into the box, it's been Acefa making that run off of the wing and getting into the box and either creating by putting a shot on goal or lasering one across the box.
That's a good ball there from Patillo to Chang, and Chang round the outside. He misses the pass to Diouf. And it'll be a throw in here for the Charleston Battery. Richmond, by the way, were 2-0 up earlier on. We'll see if we can get that result for you. Charleston started a few minutes late, so some of the other games will finish ahead of this match. That should be almost done. Final 6-1 win for the Richmond Kickers. So if there was ever any question who was the better team in Richmond, I think that one, for now at least, has been put to rest. The MPSL team squashed by the USL Pro team on that occasion. We have had one MPSL team knock out a USL Pro side this evening, though, with Wilmington falling. 20 minutes to go here at Blackboard Stadium. Quick throw in taken. Charleston on the front foot again with Portillo. Van Schaik, good turn. Into the box for Diouf. He's got the strength to set it back for Abdallah, whose shot is blocked away. Not the best clearance. Here's Chang. Gets it wide to Mena. Swings it into the middle. Headed down by Diouf. Wide of the target. Goal kick.
And if I'm a midfield player for the Battery right now, one of my main goals in the next 20 minutes is to get Diouf's name on the board. Set him up, provide him with some opportunities to score, because, like we said earlier, he may be just growing a bit frustrated. Had a great weekend a couple weekends ago with that Dayton and Harrisburg City road trip, then came back and struggled maybe a little bit against Wilmington. So he'll be looking to get on the board going into the weekend matchup away at Wilmington.
Well, these are the games, if you're a forward, you want to play in, because there are going to be chances. Both teams have had chances, of course, not just the Battery. Cup football, very exciting as Marini has his heels clipped from under him. That was a bit of a naughty one. Let's see if he gets booked for that. Doesn't look like it. It'll just be a free kick for Charleston at the halfway line. Prince has continued his warm-ups, but I'm not sure he's going to come into the game. We'll see if Griffith can see out the 90 minutes. Looks like he's okay now. Here's Falvey, and it'll be a quick ball out to Griffith, who's in space at the halfway line. Brings it forward. Turns away from Kane. Nicely done. Now Falvey. Up to Portillo. Chang. And now Griffith on the wide. Back inside to Justin Portillo, the Coastal Carolina man, and that's a good ball from Diouf. Chang's in behind the fullback on his right foot, swings it into the middle, and it's volleyed away by Panama City. On his weaker right foot there, Chang, and still managed to get the ball across. Here's the skipper, Falvey. Abdallah asking for it and receives the pass. Outside to Griffith. Holds off the challenge of the Panama City player and goes backwards in the end to Falvey. Yeah, he caught that player there on this near side as he got the ball away, and the Panama City man got it in the head. Let's hope he's okay. That's the substitute from earlier, isn't it? Actually, no, that's not. That's Kavara, Aiden Kavara, who started the game. Looks like he's okay. I'm sure the Panama City players relishing the chance to play at Blackboard Stadium, one of the storied soccer stadiums in US Open Cup history in the United States. Charleston has been competing in the Open Cup since 1999. That was the Battery's first appearance in the tournament. Got to the semi-final that year, knocked DC United out en route to a semi-final loss to, let me think who that was. I think it was Columbus Crew.
A few more rounds in the tournament this year, aren't there? With all the teams getting added in, PDL sides.
I'm trying to think. I think we played DC. It was a 4th round game.
Okay.
And then Staten Island, then the semi-final. Oh, that's a heavy challenge on Diouf, who pops up to his feet. It was a fair challenge. I think it was shoulder to shoulder rather than shoulder to head. The drumline working away on the right. They're usually on the far side, but the east stands closed tonight. It's Charleston at home here in the second round of the Cup. 4-0 up against Panama City and looking for a fifth as Abdallah works it out to Griffith. He's got 2 to aim at. Goes inside now to Mena. Mena tries to chip it across. It's behind everybody. Wasn't the best ball. Abdallah helps it forward again and then away by Oliveira of Panama City. Here's Giambetti dispossessed as the Battery get it back with a throw-in. Don't forget, Saturday night, 7:30, it's the Battery versus Wilmington. An away match for Charleston, and we'll have it live for you on ESPN Radio, 9:10 a.m. Diouf back to Van Schaik, who's being pulled, but he gets the pass away. It's off target, though, and Panama can clear it on the far side. Looks like the Panama players are tiring just a little bit, Dane.
Yeah, I mean, you would expect that. This is a team that's five days of training leading into this game, and it's a young squad who's going to certainly take some time to get their fitness and catch their wind later on in the game. But you know what? They've got 11 guys out on there. A couple of them have been sent off due to injuries or what have you, but give a lot of credit to these guys because they came out, they're fighting, they're hanging their heads high.
Lovely touch there from Griffith. He's in behind and he tries to get the pass in quickly, but he can't, and rolls off to the side. I think his night's over, Griffith. Let's hope he wasn't caught as he got that pass away. Zach Prince is preparing to come into the match.
This might change who gets substituted out.
I think it was going to be Griffith, but we shall see. Maybe not.
Because Jared Van Schaik, remember, has that
yellow card. It is Griffith. So Griffith makes way for Zach Prince, and Prince will play out the remaining 15 minutes at right back.
Which means Van Schaik will have to be smart for the remaining 15 minutes, as, of course, Johnny Wilson is on the bench, but I want to get that suspension with 2 yellows in one game. Just ask Xabi Alonso, who's going to miss the Champions League final due to...
Well, in the Open Cup, only 3 substitutions are allowed, so that's it for the Battery. With 14 minutes to go, this is the team that was finished the match. Charleston look like they're going through to the 3rd round. That's a nice touch. Maybe time for Panama City to still have a say, though, here. Well, that's a bit too far ahead of Kane, who does have a bit of pace, but not enough to catch up to that pass.
Yeah, hasn't seen much of the ball. Kane up top has been working with Cavara, but really he's been the one to poke around up top, make those runs, trying to find the space through the Battery for, and it's been unsuccessful so far. And of course, working with a right midfielder who is a more characterized goalkeeper on the score sheets right now, Andrea Giambetti.
Here's Abdallah for the Battery, up to Diouf. Sets it back to Abdallah. Abdallah striding through the middle, tries a little reverse pass to Diouf, top of the 18, it comes back to Abdallah. Back heels it to Chang, who tries to wrap his foot around it. They're asking for handball again, not given this time. That would have been a bit harsh, I think.
I think it's time to quit the appeals of handball in the box.
Offside the decision here. It'll be a free kick for Charleston. It's really been all Charleston in the last 5 or 10 minutes. Abdallah takes the free kick short to Portillo. Mena now on this near side. The former Notre Dame man squares it. It's behind everybody. Just struggled to catch up to the game a little bit, Mena, since he's come in. Still there's still 12 minutes to go, still time. Charleston with a high line there. But the ball is played out to the far side. Marini is back defending to concede the throw-in. Marini threw the ball away. I think that's what the complaint is, but get on with it, says the referee. Just over 10 minutes left. And it's an early ball whipped into a good area, but straight into the hands of the goalkeeper. So here come Charleston again now with Justin Portillo. Out to Aminu Abdallah. Slots it through the gap. That's a good ball. and down goes Diouf. There was contact, but the referee says no foul. What do you think about that? Was there a foul there, or was that fair?
For me, that was 50-50. He was in the right position, was Jafari, and got in front of Diouf, bumped him off the ball a little bit, so there was contact, but I don't think it was anything that should have drawn a foul.
Oh, that's a good touch from Kane. He's into the box. Out comes Shannon. Charleston scramble, but they get it away. Mena now to Chang. Thought about the ball over the top, but goes short to Prince. For a moment, it looked like it was going to open up for Panama City Beach. That's a nice pass from Chang to Justin Portillo. Dips his shoulder, goes round the play, gets it wide now to Mena. They're lining up there in the middle. Mena sets it back to Portillo. Mena again now, and whips it in. Just a bit behind Diouf. But here come Panama City. Well, he's in behind. If he can get the ball through, well, there was a chance. And there is that through ball. Shannon comes a long way out of his box and clears to concede a throw-in.
How long was Giambetti just waiting for that ball to come through in the middle of the park? I believe Arico, who just had a wall of defenders blocking that through ball that would have put in the attacker.
Prince squares it to Falvey. 10 minutes to play here at Blackboard Stadium. Second round US Open Cup action for you. National Championship of US Soccers. Renamed to honour Lamar Hunt in 1999. And of course the reigning champions DC United. Major League Soccer. Here's Prince now for the battery. Steps past the defender. That looked like from behind, but he stays on his feet and works the ball out to Marini. No real overlap. Van Schaik heads down the line. There's a looped ball into the goalkeeper. DC, by the way, beat Salt Lake in the final. Salt Lake, the team that knocked Charleston out. It was an away win for Salt Lake, a home win for Salt Lake, an away game for the Battery. Charleston led 2-0 at half-time and ended up losing in overtime, in extra time rather. Here's Mena working against the fullback. This time it's a good pass to Chang, who spins and finds Diouf. Diouf, his first touch takes him wide. Keeps it alive with Marini. Now Van Schaik. Back to Aminu Abdallah. It's a fast pass out to Portillo. Around the defender again. Looks for some movement. He's going to have a go on his left foot, and it's a good save from Sean Lewis.
You can't say he doesn't deserve one, Justin Portillo. He's been really good in the center of the park, particularly, playing behind Chang, behind Aminu Abdallah, pairing up with them in the middle. And his vision's been good off the set piece, the dead balls. He's been fantastic. And it would have been nice to see him squeak one by Sean Lewis and get himself on the score sheet for the first time in a Battery shirt.
The game, really the difference tonight has been Aviel Cordovez with a hat-trick to lead Charleston to this 4-0 lead. Here's Prince now, wide on this near side. Abdallah overlapping, receives it. The young midfielder from Vancouver Whitecaps gets onto his left foot and leaves it for Chang on his left foot. He'll miss the target with that strike. Goal kick.
Disappointing from Chang, who had it on his favored left foot. Usually when he's in the middle, looking for passes, looking to put it right on the laces, he can put it where he wants to, but as he squares up to take the shot, just leans back a bit, gets under it, and sends it over the crossbar.
Charleston 4, Panama City Beach 0, the score. Kane trying to run through there, but it's dealt with by Shannon. A rare start for him, as Odisnell Cooper, the normal starter, rested tonight. Men are in with a challenge. That's behind for a goal kick.
Men look a little faster since the chop of the hair. A little more aerodynamic down here on this near wing.
Very direct player, Mena, and did start the first game of the year, the opening game against Orlando City.
He's a fun player to watch when he's in form. And just like a lot of these players on the Battery team. Sometimes the competition position by position can maybe thwart your minutes a little bit, and he's been one of the guys who maybe hasn't played as many minutes as he might have liked, but he's got a whole season to prove what he's worth.
That's right, as Marini takes up the running now for the Battery, runs into trouble on this in the middle of the park, but keeps it alive. He's got options both ways, and he's going to roll it out to Prince, overlapping from right back. Prince controls, looks up, and plays one in at the near post. He never really caught it the way he wanted, and it's comfortable for the goalkeeper. And we talked about Panama City looking a bit leg heavy. Well, the Battery still full of running, as you would expect from the pro side, but haven't really created too much clear cut, have they, in the last 20 minutes or so?
Nothing in terms of goal scoring chances, which is surprising, with Zach Prince and Jared Van Schaik being allowed to push all the way up and back along the wings as the fullbacks. Because with a 4-goal lead, you don't quite necessarily need to create those chances, but hey, if you're willing and full of running, why not?
Panama City pressing the Battery here, but in the end they'll give that up as Charleston work it back to the keeper. Now it's Falvey out to Sean Ferguson, back inside to Abdallah.
Give a lot of credit to the Battery, who came out probably with a game plan to score very early on, and it only took 5 minutes for Chang to put the first one in, and that really settled things down a little bit for the Battery. Insurance goals 2 and 3 just allowed them to sort of take their foot off of the gas a little bit and not have to press the entire time, perhaps reserving just a bit of energy for the weekend matchup against Wilmington, which is right around the corner. Wilmington will want to be bouncing back after a 3-1 loss.
Yeah, lost to Chattanooga tonight. Abdallah wins the header, but the ball will be loose for Panama City, and it was 3-0 rather at halftime. It's only 1 goal scored in the second half, which I would think Panama City will see that as something of a victory. Still time for them to get a goal themselves, of course, as Abdallah goes backwards to Falvey. Now Portillo. That's a good ball through the middle to Marini. Here's Chang. And it's outside to Van Schaik. Round the outside again to Marini. Skips the challenge, it's behind, and that will be a corner for the Charleston Battery, and up come Falvey and Ferguson. Or do they? They want to, but no, I think is the decision coming across. They're being told to stay back.
Falvey only scores in big games anyways. Not when the score's 4-0 in the 87th minute. Only big-time situations. Remember last year against Houston, against San Jose.
They did score last year in the tournament. Here's the corner kick. Played short to Van Schaik. Back to the outside. Portillo on his right foot swings it in. It's away by Panama City. Abdallah loops it to Falvey, and Charleston have it back. Portillo again. Abdallah in acres of space out here, and it's a good first touch from Aminu Abdallah. He just chips it across the middle, back out to him, squares it to Marini, back to Abdallah again, onto his left foot, and hits a strike. He hit it well, but it's wide of the target for a goal kick.
And he does put a charge into it with the left foot. He can at any moment in time if he's allowed just a bit of space, and the tall number 22 still has eyes for goal, looking for that first one of the season.
Hit that well, didn't he? But not troubling Lewis. That comes awkwardly off Prince's head. We're in the 88th minute. I think perhaps the Battery are going to settle for 4 here. They'll know now that they're moving on to face Orlando City U23s in the next round. No way back for Panama at this point. The Beach Pirates. As Abdallah stands and wins it and plays a good ball over the top, and the chase is on now for Diouf. He's beaten to the ball. There was some contact. The referee saw nothing wrong with it from Diouf. And here he is now. He's onside, running at them. Oh, he goes round the defender. Has he got the composure? He misses the target. Well, he did everything apart from apply the finish.
One too many touches for Diouf, who cuts back again, then one more time for good measure, and oh boy, frustrating stuff for the big number 10 up top. But you gotta give a lot of credit and a lot of praise to Aminu Abdallah, who seems intent on getting his buddy and Whitecap teammate and Charleston Battery teammate, of course, Mamadou Diouf.
Jafari just coming up a little lame there. Let's hope he's okay. He's worked very hard tonight, the big central defender. And, well, the Battery will be moving on, Dame. What are your thoughts about the performance tonight from Charleston?
Well, they've done exactly what they needed to do, haven't they? I mean, they knew they were going to come out against a team who was very young into their season, a very newly put together team. And they knew they were going to have some mistakes to take advantage of in the first few minutes, first quarter of an hour. That's exactly what they did. There were some mistakes made in the back. They took advantage right away and really kind of set it into cruise control ever since. Eviel Cordovez had a great game, finishing off some goals, putting himself in the right position. Justin Portillo got some great minutes here today, along with Michael Chang, who I thought has played very well. As a matter of fact, defensively, I mean, it's the same four that are out there, but give or take a few people in the bag. Jared Van Schaik shifting back to left back, but it's been a steady performance defensively. Few and far between, very little to pick and choose from, but it's been an all-around good performance, and a performance that's allowed maybe a little bit of conservation of energy towards the weekend, and that's really one of the main things that I'm sure Coach Anheuser was stressing as he came into this game here in the midweek.
And the man of the moment, of course, tonight, Eviel Cordovez, who gets the hat-trick to lead Charleston to victory.
Yeah, and I'm a little upset that we're not doing the post-game show, so I could have translated it in Spanish, because he certainly was the man of the match. And you know what? Of all the great goals that he had, he might go home, rest his head on his pillow tonight, and think of the one that he missed at the penalty spot.
Yeah, he did. He missed a penalty as well. So 3 goals and a missed penalty for Cordovez. Good night's work for him. And I agree, Dane, the man of the match. We're in stoppage time here at Blackboard Stadium. Charleston are 4-0 up. Maybe at this point they'll show a little bit of mercy, and it'll be just passing across the back here. Been pushing forward at every opportunity, the Battery, and here they come again. It's Falvey. Out to Prince. The referee's seen enough. There's the full-time whistle. Charleston prevail. The Battery will take on Orlando City U23s in the 3rd round of the Cup. We'll have that game for you here at Blackboard Stadium on Wednesday, May 28th at 7:30 p.m. kickoff. Gates at 6 o'clock, kickoff 7:30, and the game will be broadcast live here on charlestonbattery.com. That just about wraps it up for us tonight. I'll remind you, it was Michael Chang who opened the scoring for the Battery in the 5th minute, and then a hat-trick for Eviel Cordovez. Led the Battery to a 4-0 scoreline. That's the way it finished. Charleston Battery 4, Panama City Beach Pirates 0. Thank you very much for joining us this evening, and good night.